2016. So, you know, I don't know what to do, man. You know, we just gonna have to keep doing what we doing and keep fighting. Because I know earlier yesterday we had a younger member. She I think she only been about maybe less than a year, and so she wanted to get involved. She said that, you know, it wasn't fair for her to get the bump up in raise, and then all her other people that work with her that's been there a while, they don't get anything. Yeah, Hector, man, I try to do it sideways, man. It's just not working, man. So we're gonna have to keep it vertical, man. You know what I mean? You know, I'll figure it out later on. But yeah, she wanted to get more involved in what we were doing, and I told her, hey, man, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go out there, and we're gonna be at the gates with her. And I think that's what we gotta do. We gotta reach out to the younger members. For her to come forward like that, man, it took a lot of heart. You know, a lot of heart, because she hasn't been there long. And she even asked me, will her, you know, her youth and her seniority, would that be a problem? I said, no. I think that would be a good idea, because people need to know that, you know, that the younger members are paying attention. They know what's going on. They want to get more involved. And that's why we got to keep connecting with the younger members. And, you know, so they'll know, hey, you know, a union is for you. And, you know, don't pay too much attention to the officials, especially not ours, because they're not a great example of what a union leader is supposed to be and supposed to do. They're not. So we got to be that example for them. The rank and file member has to be an example for our younger members. Let them know, hey, look, this is what we need to do to get a good contract. This is what you need to do to fight the company. Hey, this is what you need to do to hold your officials accountable. Because accountability, man, is these guys don't want you to hold them accountable at all, Clan. They don't want you to hold them accountable at all. They don't, man. They want to keep on taking our money. Don't say nothing to them about it. They want to lie to you. They want to threaten you. They don't want to represent you properly. If they feel that you have some type of beef with them, they're not going to help you if you support them. And that's not what it should be about. I pay my dues every week. You should, you know, represent me to the best of your ability. You know, that's why we pay dues. If you feel like that, give my money back.
I'm gonna tell you something. Just last night, when I was at work, I went over to get a leaker, and it was 2 employees. They was talking about the unions. They were saying something about they just passed a law that you got right to work without paying union dues. The union don't have the right to do that. And I was telling them, no, that's public sector. That doesn't affect us. They was like, wait a minute, what about us? I don't want to keep paying dues. And I'm telling you, if we become a right to work state,
and we in trouble here, man.
Then you're gonna have a lot of members who are gonna opt out.
And guess who they're gonna blame? Guess who they're gonna blame? Guess who they're gonna blame when, if it do? I'm hoping and praying that we're gonna keep fighting that it don't happen. But guess who they're gonna blame if it does happen? They're gonna blame the politicians. They're gonna blame Trump. They're gonna blame whoever else. They're gonna blame all the politicians. But Clarence, I never seen Trump, you know, in the office with me. He didn't.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing. I'm not a fan of Trump. I bet you better negotiating than what we got.
But yo, you know what? He wasn't at the union meeting on Saturday, giving us an ultimatum. But that's who they're gonna blame. They're gonna blame. I'm telling you, if this happens, they're gonna blame him. They're gonna blame him. They're gonna blame him, man. And that's why, man. I can't never get into politics, man, because I know, you know, it's no good. You got this, you got that, man, and unions. It seems like they're becoming more political than they should, and you know, it's just a shame that I just can't believe it. Saturday, man, it just put this whole thing in perspective, man, of what's been going on behind closed doors for so many years. Because somebody told me last night at work, and they were right. The reason why they brought this to Shanahan because they knew they could do it. They knew they could do it because of who he is. They knew it. The company said, look, this is what we're going to do, and you're going to take it back to your members. They probably told him that. And he was like, okay.
That's what he did.
And that's what he did. Hoffa had nothing to do with it, because you know how sometimes, like last year, last contract, oh man, that was Hoffa. Oh, that was no. It was y'all last time too, and it's definitely y'all this time. There's no getting away. There's no getting away. There's no getting around it. You threaten your own members with their own dues. Now, how does that sound? How you get threatened by the money that you sweating to make? We sweating to get that money, and they threaten us with it, class. I just don't understand that, and they think it's okay.
And that right there is the problem. For them to think that's okay to even come back with that. Now I remember back in, well, I wasn't here back in '97 when they went on strike, but I hear the story, and the stories is Ryan Carey didn't even bring up the contract for a vote because he said it was garbage, and they went on strike.
Right.
So you couldn't go and tell him you going to take it or leave it, because he left it.
Right.
And look what happened.
Right.
That's why we got what we got today. So if you got to make a stand at some point.
You have to.
You can't just be, and then we look at you as our leader. If you're our leader and you getting pushed around, like dude, like
that,
come on,
and that trickles down into the membership. And you know, attitude reflects leadership. If you got a weak leader, your members are going to be weak. Your board members are going to be weak. Ain't nobody going to file no grievances. You're going to have 4 or 5 people filing them, you know, because they know that, hey man, my leader ain't going to do nothing. Well, I'm going to file it. You know what I mean?
They the first one saying, hey, file a grievance.
Right.
Then what?
Then what you going to do? They're going to give you an ultimatum. Hey, look, we ain't paying the grievance, or you fired. That was class. I'm telling you, man. If they let this thing go by, man, we done. It's the beginning of the end of a collective bargaining.
It just happened to us. It just happened to us. Speaking of that, it happened to us on the midnight. We put in grievances, right? Mm-hmm. And they told us, oh, well, we gonna do. I said,
oh man.
And I told them, no, you're not gonna dictate to me who you pay.
Right.
And then the BA comes in,
and he went along with it.
And you got something what the BA said. I wasn't there at that time.
He said that what happened was I had filed 5 grievances for supervisors working upstairs, and we had our center level hearing, and I said what the manager was trying to say I didn't agree to, so we had to push it up to the next level, which is our business agent. So the BA comes in, man, and we have our hearing, and I'm like, no, man, this is not unacceptable. The contract say this. You're supposed to get double time for supervisors working 2 hours or less. I mean, that's what the contract say. So the supervisors working for 1 hour apiece, which is 5 hours. So 2 hours should have been at the contractual rate. So it should have been 10 hours paid to split up between 5 senior part-timers. I got word that our manager that the area manager wasn't going to go for it. So I said, well, the contract say, well, the BA say, well, I know what the book say, but he ain't not going to go for it. So I said, well, what's the next step? My BA looked me in my face and told me that there is no other step. This is it. So time went on. I didn't hear nothing back, and then I just found out at the union meeting that it was settled. I didn't sign anything. It's just a big mess. You know what I mean, man? And I'm not blaming the steward, because the steward was just doing what the BA told him to do. But these issues like that, man, go on a lot in our local, and it's a shame, because people really want to get involved, but they just don't have the faith in the leadership that they're going to stand by them and fight for them. And that's where the breakdown is. And we've seen it. We've seen it on Saturday's meeting. Where every meeting, for a while we've been seeing it, man. I mean, the questions don't get answered. They want to hurry up and adjourn the meeting. They want to cancel the meetings for the summer with a contract is going on. And I know some locals do that, but some locals have good leadership. We don't have that here. So we need to know what's going on. I mean, like Jumbo was saying, he's on the board, and they didn't even tell him that they made a change to the board. You know, I don't understand that. If I'm on the board, you don't tell me that, you know, a BA is going to be, you know, is going to be switched and all this other kind of stuff. You know, I mean, what's going on? What are you trying to hide? Now, he's on the board. He's elected. He should know what's going on. I mean, I don't get that. He was elected.
Right. He wasn't appointed.
He wasn't appointed. He was elected. So they should let him know what's happening. But again, you know, they always talk about us and we being political and we doing this and we doing that. But you know, what in politics is that? He's on the board. Let him know. That's political. If you're not letting him know just because he's not with you, ain't got nothing to do. He was elected.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you. That right there proves why Jumbo should be on the board. He's speaking what he believes in his heart.
Right.
He's not up there disagreeing with you. He's not going to say what you want him to say.
Right.
He's going to say what he feels in his heart.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to command him for that.
Right.
Because they don't tell him nothing. The same way they didn't tell us nothing about the contract until they waited all this time with this brownout to come back with this garbage that they gave us.
Right. And we've been sending them to negotiate for us, Clarence, since last October.
Right.
They done spent all kinds of money. And then they come back with this trash. Like one of the drivers said at the meeting. He said that if we voted the last supplement down in 2013 and it was bad, this supplement is worse. And then you threaten us with it.
That's why the threat. I
don't get that. Because you know, why threaten your members and why agree to it? That's the part I cannot. I don't really care what UPS. Yeah, I know UPS gonna be UPS. They're gonna do what they gotta do. But why would you allow that to happen? Why would you agree with that? I don't get that.
Here's the thing. This is what we talk about all the time. They don't work for UPS.
Right.
UPS can't retaliate against you. Me and you, we're in the hub.
Yeah.
We put in grievances all the time. We work for them. We can be retaliated against, which we had. How many times we done got fired?
Yeah.
We done got threatened.
Yeah.
We done got kicked out the building by security.
Yeah.
And yet we still up there and we still in there fighting. So if we can withstand all this stuff and put ourselves on lines every day like we do for the members, why can't you? And you were elected to you are obligated to do that because you're getting dues paid by us. So we're actually paying your salary. You was elected for that position. So you are obligated to fight and give us the best contract we get. Like I said earlier, you don't have to give us what we want, but you have to give us what we deserve.
Right.
And we deserve way better than you threatening me telling if I vote no, you're gonna take all this money.
Yeah, I mean
that's a threat.
And the thing about it is, Clarence, and it's funny, and it just hit me when I was coming up here. They're gonna take part of our raise if we vote no, right? Well, Clarence, they took part of our raise the last two contracts.
They did.
They split them. We didn't get the full raise. The last 10 years, we have not gotten a full raise for a full year. We've been getting half a raise. We've been getting a full raise for half a year for the last 10 years. So take the raise. Take it. I mean, we ain't been getting a full one in 10 years.
But here's the thing. They don't necessarily have to take it.
Right.
Because the fact of the matter is, if we vote this contract down, all that does is send you back to the table. Go back to the table, do the job that you get paid to do, and you come back with something better.
Yeah, that's it.
So if they say, and here's the thing, let's negotiate. If they say they're going to take that part of the table, then you take something off the table. I mean, like, come on, man. You stood up on that stage and you read off all the stuff that UPS asked for and didn't get. Right. And like my man Robert Wall said, we know this stuff because we work in the hub.
Right.
So we already know what they want. But why you not telling us what we asked for that we ain't get? Because we ain't getting nothing either.
We ain't getting nothing, Clay.
So the fact of the matter is, if we vote it down, then you go back to the table and you get something better.
Right. But they're not going to do it, Clarence. They're not going to do it. We just going to have to show them that we are the union, and not the officials. So again, hey, you're listening to WOM 92.9 South Philadelphia Community Radio, giving you another live edition of the 623 Lives Matter radio show. We're sitting here talking about, for all those that's coming in on Facebook Live and those who just tuned in on the air, we're talking about the extortion scam that our officials are trying to play on us. They want to extort a yes vote from the membership. And I'm gonna read it again for all those that may just came in, those on the air. It says this: if the local 623 supplement is not ratified on the first vote, members will lose a projected $5,865.60 over 5 years of the contract period, and thereafter a projected $2,184 per year in the remaining years of employment. Then it breaks down August 1st, 2018, your raise would be 70 cents if you vote yes, but if you vote no, it's going to be 55-cent raise in starting August 1st, 2018. August 1st, 2019, we are supposed to get a 75-cent raise if we vote yes. If we vote no, we're going to lose 17 cents, which would give us a 58-cent raise remaining. August 1st, 2020, the raise is supposed to be 80 cents if we vote yes. If we vote no, they're going to take 21 cents away from that, making it 59 cents if we vote no. August 1st, 2021, the raise is supposed to be 90 cents. If we vote yes, we get the full 90 cents. But if we vote no, they're going to take 24 cents away, and you're going to have 66 cents remaining in your raise. August 1st, 2022 raise is $1. If you vote yes, you'll get the whole raise. But if you vote no, they're going to take 28 cents from you, from us, from your family, and you will have 72 cents remaining from that raise. So again, they're trying to extort a yes vote from us. It's a shame that these guys really believe that that we're going to fall for this. We're going to vote no. Don't threaten us. We work way too hard. And I thought, Clarence, UPS was supposed to be the bullies. I thought they were supposed to be the ones that harass and all this stuff, not your own people. What article do we file against our own people?
I don't know what article we can file, but I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell UPS, I'm going to tell our union official, you cannot buy my vote.
Can't buy it.
My will vote no, and will continue to vote no until you give me what I deserve. So if you can take all the raise if you want to take it. But I'm still going to vote no.
You're still going to vote no.
I'm going to vote no. I voted no in 2013 2 times. I'm going to vote no again. You coming to me with that garbage, I'm going to vote no.
Right.
And the fact of the matter is, I'll tell you one thing. This should, I used to watch movies with the mob and all that. And used to say, man, now I know what it feels like.
To get extorted from.
This is what it feels like.
They're trying to extort us.
Because I remember sitting in that meeting, and I was upbeat. They gave them the supplement, and it's like somebody just went in my pockets and just snatched everything I had.
Now tell the people that's listening and the people that's watching, because you was going off in there. Tell the people that's listening and watching, right? The mood after he read that statement. Tell everybody the mood of what happened. Tell everybody how they were in there.
The mood. The mood was actually calm while we was reading through the supplement, even though we knew we didn't get nothing.
Right.
But when you got down to that last page, man, it was just all chaos.
Yeah.
It was like a dark cloud that came over the building, like it was just like a storm was brewing, because I felt it inside of me, and you know what? And everybody who was at the meeting, I want to apologize for me cursing the way I did, because that's not me. Man, that's really not me.
Hey, man, it get you like that, man.
But just watching everybody like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It was just a somber mood, man.
Now the Jumbo. Now you up on stage. Yeah. Now after they read that page, man, Tell everybody on the air and everybody watching, how was it up there on the stage?
It was bad. It was bad. It was like World War III in there. We had part-timers that come to the union meeting, never say anything. This was the most people I think we had at a meeting.
And a lot of new people.
And we're supposed to be at recess.
Right.
So, I'm always late. I'm just coming from the gates. Everybody wants to vote no in 623. The driver manager was taping me at the gate.
You serious?
I want to tell everybody, listen, we're voting no. You can't be scared. There's nothing they can do to you.
Right.
You can stand at the gates, and you can voice your opinion. So they can't scare you. Don't worry about that. And I want to get a shout out to our Joint Council President, Bill Hamilton. When we call him, he's there for us. So he's a good Joint Council President, and that's all I have to say.
And speaking of a little bit, something what Jumbo said, they tried that in the hub with us. Telling us we can't put flyers out. We can put flyers out on common ground. So we should be all right.
Yeah, I know, man. But and like Jumbo was saying, we're gonna continue to vote no. We're not gonna be intimidated. You know what I mean? We're not gonna be intimidated by anybody. It's our right to protest. People have fought and died for these rights, and we're gonna take full advantage of them. We earned them. Matter of fact, we paid for them. So we gotta keep the pressure on. If this is what our officials gonna do, and let the company do it, then if we have to, we'll fight both of them. We don't have no problem with that. We're not scared of anybody. As long as you're doing what's right and fighting for the rights of people, you never have to be scared. Never. Just keep doing what you're doing, and everything's going to work out. It's going to get rough. It's going to get rocky. But hey, we want a firm foundation, and it's the members of 623. That's our foundation. And I know they're gonna fight with us, fight for us, and we're just gonna keep doing what we're doing, because it's all about them. But again, we gotta do our part. When it comes time to vote, we gotta vote. If you guys have moved in the last few months, make sure you call the union hall so they have your correct address so you can get a ballot, so you can vote. No vote can be left behind this time, because it's going to be kind of tight with the what's going on now. It's going to be kind of tight with the master, because some people, man, they still think it's okay. They still think it's a good deal. But I know for our supplement, man, I know we shooting that down, and that's a done deal. The way these guys came in and tried to threaten us, man, that's no good. No good at all, because you can't threaten people with this. Like I said, our raises were split last time. For the last 10 years, they've been split. So if you want to take some of them, take it. We used to it. And that's bad that we're used to a concession like that. But, hey, that's what we got. So we're going to continue to fight and do what we're supposed to do. We're not going to be bullied or intimidated by anybody. Whether you work for the company, or whether you work for, or you are one of our officials. It doesn't matter. Neither, we pay you guys. Both parties make a lot of money off of our back, not the other way around. So, you guys need to understand that.
And I'll say it again, like I said before, UPS or the union, you cannot buy my vote. My vote is going to be no, because it should be no, because the contract is garbage. I mean, not only do we get no improvements, we get threatened.
We get threatened. Trying to get extorted.
And like my man said at the meeting, if we voted, what makes you think if we voted down 2013, you're going to come back with the same thing and we're going to vote yes this time?
Right.
So you knew it's bad, and that's why you threw that threat in there. And I can't respect a union leader who would threaten his own people.
Yeah,
I mean, my thing is, you should fight the strangers harder than you fight your family.
Mm-hmm.
You protect your family against the strangers. But to me, you're treating us like we're the outsiders, or you're trying to get in with you guys.
Hey Carl, it's both of them, man. Cowardice and collusion. It's both of them.
Cowardice and collusion at its best, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they want to give us a 2% raise, and they want to get part-time at $13 an hour. At the end of the contract, $15. Part-timers deserve $15 an hour, August 1. A 2% raise, it's just not fair. The pilots, when they ratify their contract, they're going to get, the captains are going to get a $60,000 signing bonus. The first officer is going to get $40,000 signing bonus. What about us? We ain't getting nothing. It's just not fair. But the part-timers across the country, you have to vote.
Yeah.
If you vote, we can do anything. We can hold the masses up. We need to hold the masses up. That's the key. All part-timers, you have to vote. You can't say, I don't care. The union only care about the drivers, only full-timers. If you vote, you can make a statement.
Right, I agree, John. Your vote is your voice. If you don't vote, you don't have no voice. And then you need to stop complaining. Don't complain about the same thing over and over again, and then you don't do nothing about it. You know, that's your fault. You know, you can't keep putting the blame on our officials if you don't do anything to relieve them of their power to keep on being in collusion with the company, to keep trying to threat us, to keep giving us concessions. You guys got to make a decision on what you want for your family. Like I said earlier, a couple weeks ago, how they negotiated this contract is a direct reflection of how they feel about you. And you see how they did it. They threatened us and all this stuff. And how you vote is a reflection of how you feel about your family. I know I love my family. I know all of us love our families. And so we need to vote like we do. We need to act like we do. We need to show up like we do. We need to go to the gates like we do. You know, we need to pass out these flyers like we do. Because we already see the tactics that our officials and the company's going to use to try to get this through. In all the years I've been there, I've never seen UPS promote a contract. I don't know if you guys ever seen that.
No,
never seen it.
No.
This is the first time in history I've ever seen these guys promote a contract. That's too fishy. The union is promoting it, the company is promoting it, but the members are not. That's a bad look. Bad look. But again, it can look bad all they want to. If we don't vote, it's gonna be our fault. It's gonna be our fault. So again, you guys gotta make sure you get your address right. Call in, make sure they have it, because we need to vote this down in the worst way. Next week we're gonna go to our chief negotiators. We're gonna go to his home local, and we're gonna go down there. We're gonna educate those members and let them know. You know, we don't care about who you are, what your title is. You threaten us, we coming. You threaten our families, we coming. You try to take away from our families, we coming. You try to give us concessions, we're going to keep coming until you know that we're nothing to be played with. You know, this is serious. Whenever you try to extort a yes vote out of people after all the concessions that you have given us, you lied to us in 2013. Then you threatened us in 2018. What are they going to do next time if we let it happen? If we let these guys keep doing this, we're going to have to stop blaming them and blame ourselves. Bottom line. Bottom line.
And kind of like what Jumbo said, the reason why the pilots got that great deal is because they didn't take the first offer. They voted their contract down a few times. And they actually can't strike because of the FAA rules, whatever the case may be. They got like jump through hoops.
Yeah.
But even though knowing that, they stood up and they stood up and they stood up and they got a great contract. So the bottom line is we vote this contract down and we keep voting it down until they come back with something that we deserve. Because we don't, because what they giving us right now, man, is peanuts to what we should be getting.
Right, like Romeo just said, they made in the first 6 months they made almost $3 billion, but we get threatened. How you gonna threaten somebody and then made you $3 billion?
And you gotta think the $3 billion they made is during the slow time where like
right.
So imagine when peak season comes.
Man, they're gonna
clean up.
And they building all this stuff, man, and making all these improvements. And we want them to make improvements, and because but still, look out for the people that's making you all this money. Look out for those people. I just the part that I can't understand. We're not trying to get rich. We just want to make sure you look out for us. Give us what we deserve.
Yeah.
We ain't trying to get rich. We ain't trying to buy a mansion and a yacht. We just want to make sure that our family is protected, our lifestyle is protected. They can go to some good schools and go to college, and you know, we could take our families out to a good vacation every once in a while. That's all. We don't want nothing. You know, we're not greedy. Just do what's right. Just do what's right. That's all. Just do what's right. But we're going to get ready to get off here. I'm going to give my guys a chance to say some last words before we get off the radio. Again, this is WOAM 92.9, South Philadelphia Community Radio, giving you another live edition of the 623 Live Matter Radio Show.
My final thought is, my vote is not for sale, and no matter how many times you knock me down, I'm going to keep getting back up, because I'm not going away.
No.
So, I want my officials to know, I want UPS to know, that we ain't going away. You threaten us, you threaten our family, because that's what you know, you, to me, I take it as a threat towards my family, my life.
Right.
You threaten it, I'm going to do whatever I have to do to protect it. So like I said, my vote is not for sale. And until you come back with something better, it's going to always be no.
Your vote is your voice. We need the part-time. Part-time, we need y'all to vote. Part-timers, if y'all vote, we can change the world.
Yeah, I agree, man. All right, good people, we're going to get out of here. Have a safe day. Stay hydrated, stay cool. God bless and be loved. Peace out.